Ellie. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm involved in TeenTix to just help out with the New Guard program so that, TeenTix can get a voice for the teens and make sure that TeenTix actually reflects what teens want.
I'm Nabra Nelson, the Director of Arts Engagement at Seattle Rep, which is one of the TeenTix partner organizations. And I love TeenTix. I'll do anything for TeenTix. Tell me. I'm so excited to be chatting with Ellie. Let's start this this painting.
Yeah. So we're painting a waterfall today?
Yes, a waterfall. And I've got the tutorial up, so it's going to be...
What kind of art were you interested in high school?
Well, I was a theater kid in high school. Surprise, surprise. My ending up in theater is like the most predictable thing ever. I mean, I've always liked all types of different art forms. But my brother is a painter and musician and was like incredible in high school and his whole life. And my mom is also an incredible painter and illustrator. And my dad's a professional photojournalist. So a lot of they are just great at their art, and so I felt like I needed to find like a different art that they weren't doing, essentially, and that was theater. And that's what I kind of went into. But I've also been really interested in photography, especially in high school, because my dad had all of like the giant professional cameras. So I'd like take his cameras and like take photos, and it's really fun to take photos with professional cameras. So I think that's why I got into it. So my question is, what was your most pivotal arts moment?
For me, I've always been interested in arts my whole life. So I do dance. I've been basically doing it my whole life. So that's a really big part of arts for me. And then my school, we also require a lot of art classes. So we do a lot of art there. And so I'm not sure if there's a pivotal moment for me because I've kind of just been doing it my whole life. I
think about the first show I directed, which was when I was 16 in 11th grade. And it was a student-written show. It was like gigantic. So it was such a giant challenge, and it was the first time I was directing. But that set me up. Like once I did that, because I acted before that, and then once I directed, I was like, okay, never mind. This is what I want to do. That's really cool. Yeah. So how's your painting going? I finished the base situation. Oh wow, you're much farther than I am. Oh. Nice. I'm more chaotic. I'm just like, It's just mine's just coming along at my own pace. Why is arts access an essential human right? Yes, I love this question. Well, I've been reflecting a lot about how this idea that our minds are literally have more capacity than just pure instinct. And that's the space where art manifests. So it's something that I think every human instinctively has. Creativity is something we all instinctively have. You take all that creative energy and those creative thoughts and are channeling that into a communal experience or your own art or your own commentary on the world, adding to like the greater collective human canon and experience. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, I definitely think like humans just like have too much like brain power, like we got to do something with it. Art is also like a good way to just, let yourself out and be creative. Yeah. And also we have to have like really robust arts access or else it perpetuates this false myth that art is for the like upper class or an elite kind of group of people or any kind of specific segmented population. So we need to just like make sure that those opportunities to take in art and to create art are just like incredibly wide open, so that myth doesn't happen. I definitely agree with that. Why is it important for young people to engage in art in general and specifically right now? Because we were talking about how it's like an essential human right, and
I feel like sometimes youth are a little bit like underrepresented and like ignored sometimes. And so I feel like being able to express yourself in different forms through things like art is really important. And so I feel like there's a lot of youth that like often don't realize how many opportunities they have, and art is like one of those. And so it's really important that, you know, young voices are also expressed and have like an equal say along with other age groups, especially right now. I mean, like if we're talking about art as just like a way to be creative and let go, then like especially now with the coronavirus situation, it's, I think, a good way to release and have a little bit of fun.
Has being at home and coronavirus and everything affected the art that you're making in any way?
So I do painting sometimes, and I feel like it's given me more time to do that. But in terms of like dance, I definitely haven't been able to do as much dance because I'm not able to go to the studio and things like that. How have you seen the definition of art change during your career?
I'm still trying to figure out like how I define art. Like what is art?
I feel like it's very broad, like the idea of art.
Yeah, so it's more like how I define art for myself has changed in that it's become more about process for me as I've like gone forward in my career and made more of my own art. It used to be when I was making theater, when I was younger and things like that, or when I was first introduced to theater and everything, like it was all about like the show and like putting on something really exciting, and I was really, like the spectacle of it all was really enticing to me, and I think I was just kind of along for the ride in a lot of ways. But then as I did more theater, especially theater that comments on my own identity, and realized how important the process of making art is to the art makers, more than like as much or even potentially more in some situations than the creating a product for an audience. That process of making theater, bringing a group of people together, creating ensemble is so healing. It can lead to action, it can lead to social change, and we need to kind of value that more, because I don't think that's valued very much in the American theater especially. Yeah, I need to think about it more. I feel like one day somebody is going to be like, how do you define art? And I'm going to be like, oh my God. I don't know. I guess I probably should have thought about this in my long career as an artist. Oh, I love this question. What kind of art are you watching / engaging in now to sustain yourself?
Yeah, I like painting, dance. I watch way too many TV shows, probably, if that's considered. What about you? Are you watching anything interesting, or?
I'm really into movies, so I've been watching like a lot of films. Yeah, they're just they're like an escape, because whenever I watch theater, it's like I always have my critical theater brain on a lot of the time. With films, like I don't know anything about filmmaking, and so I can just like enjoy it. Okay, I think I finished.
Ooh, it looks so nice. So I haven't gotten to the flowers yet, but got a waterfall, and I'm wondering if you can see.
Oh yeah, that tree is awesome.
The tree's coming along.
I'm having a seriously hard time with the branches, so I'm really impressed by your branch situation. It was awesome to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. Thank you for picking a really fun activity.